Hey everyone, JJB here, bringing you guys another VGC Wi-Fi battle session video. Yeah. As you can see from the screen, we're using a new team that's what we've been using for the last few episodes. We've ditched the rain team and we're now using a team of Zapdos, Lando-T, Tapu Fini, Mega Kangaskhan, Milotic and Kartana. And found ourselves an opponent straight away, using a team of Gengar, Landorus, Tapu Koko, Araquanid, Amoonguss and Heatran. So, straight off to me, I'm thinking maybe Mega Gengar, but I'm also looking at his team comp and thinking maybe it's Trick Room. Oh geez, that's a loud thing outside. Sorry about that if you could hear it. So what I think I'm going to lead with is our Landorus and Kangaskhan. I think Kangaskhan. Just some fake out pressure. I want to bring Milotic because of his Landorus, but at the same time I really don't because of the Tapu Koko. Fini's definitely a good option because it blocks the Spore from the Amoonguss. To be honest, I quite like Zapdos, so I think we're going to go Zapdos and Kartana potentially. Or one of our water types, and I think we are going to go with Fini or Milotic. Let's go Fini. I really want to bring the Milotic because it's got the Adrenaline Orb and the competitive boost if it gets intimidated. I know I haven't explained any movesets or items or anything, but hopefully you guys will just work that out as we go through the battle. We will see them and I will explain what's going on. So yeah, we pop out with our lead of Kangaskhan and Landorus. And they lead Gengar and Koko. So we get some useless Intimidates off. Which is fine really, to be honest. Now our Kangaskhan is got Scrappy before it Mega Evolves, so it could potentially smack the Gengar here for some big damage. On the other hand, we could just Earthquake. That's super effective against both of his mons. So I like the idea of that. I like the idea of just Earthquaking and then swapping out into our Zapdos. Zapdos obviously makes good use of the terrain. And is obviously immune to Earthquake, which is always a good thing. So it's going to Mega Gengar. Icy Wind, maybe? Might do quite a bit of damage to Landorus. Protect from Koko. And protect from Gengar, so they're worried about the fake out then. Or potentially just wanting to see what we do. So they see that we Earthquake. So I think I'm going to protect Landorus here and Tailwind. I'm wondering whether they're going to go for some Hidden Power Ice or Icy Wind or something to try and take out the Landorus. So what I'm hoping here is to protect it, get a Tailwind up, outspeed them, and then KO them is the plan. They're taking some time to think about it. They withdraw the Koko. Bring out their own Landorus, so that's okay really. It does intimidate our Landorus, but at the moment I don't really mind that. And the Intimidate on Zapdos does nothing. Gengar's going last, so I'm wondering whether they're Trick Rooming. It does Trick Room, okay. See, I was wondering that, but then when they've led with the Koko and then bringing in the Landorus, I didn't think that was really going to be an option. Okay, well... I think I'm going to swap Landorus out into Fini here. Oh, we can't stop out, can we? Mega Gengar, of course. Well, then we have to click. Yeah, let's Flyinium Z there, no. Yeah. Let's Flyinium Z there, Landorus, and let's just Thunderbolt the Gengar. Nearly ran out of time on that turn, that's a bit clutch. Gengar protects, okay, so good job we didn't Flyinium Z that. Or did we? I can't remember. And see the Araquanid come out. So if I did Flyinium Z that slot, I really can't remember if I did or not. But if I did, this has worked out really well. How can I not remember what I did? It was literally maybe 20 seconds ago. Go on, smack the Araquanid, please. Who did I target? Oh yes, I did do the... Well, that should still do some massive damage even after the Intimidate. Yeah, it's enough to just KO it. Well, that's good. We got rid of their Trick Room Sweeper anyway. And we know that what they've got left is the Koko and the Landorus. Yeah, I'm feeling okay about this, really. We have to click Earthquake with Lando here. It's not worth protecting it at this point. I don't think it's intimidated. We can't swap out. And Thunderbolt onto the Gengar slot, since the Koko could protect here feasibly. Shadow Ball comes out from Gengar. That's going to bring us down to below 50%. I don't think it kills. Oh, it's a crit. And we see Electrium Z. Yeah, Electrium Z, okay. So that's going to be taking down these Zapdos. I think we'll live that. We've got some bulk. The terrain is up though, so it's a bit wobbly as to whether or not we can deal with that. I think we can survive. We just barely, but we do have the berry, so we get some health back. Thunderbolt into Gengar is going to do some big damage. Not really that big, and we do pop an Intimidated Earthquake, which is enough to KO the Gengar, fortunately, and it does bring the Koko down to very low HP. So I think at this point now we've seen all of our opponent's Mons, so we know that they're going to be bringing in the Landorus again. There it is. Gets another Intimidate off on our Landorus, but we can swap out now that we've, we've lost the, what's it called, the trapping from the Mega Gengar. So there's 2 turns of Trick Room left, and we've got 1 turn of Tailwind left. So I'm thinking if we double protect here, we burn off our Tailwind, which brings us up to... Yeah, we'll double protect it, we'll get rid of our Tailwind and bring us up to a point where... Oh, and our opponent just forfeits, okay. I'm not sure I agree with that because they're still potentially faster. They could have, Rock Slide with the Landorus, potentially kill both of our Mons. Yeah, I mean, we slide a couple of Mons in the back, but... this. I feel like that was very early for our opponent to forfeit there, but we'll take it. We'll take a win. I won't save a video of that. And 9 minutes in, we've got time for another battle. Yeah, it's strange that the opponent forfeited. I feel like they had a lot of traction in the game. They carried a lot of the momentum. We got quite lucky that on the turn that we decided to just Z-move for damage, the Araquanid swapped in, which was really beneficial for us. But we're not going to complain about that. And we found ourselves another opponent using a presumably Mega Gardevoir, a Incineroar, Amoonguss, Jellicent, Xurkitree, and Landorus. So to me, this screams another Trick Room team. So we're not going to make the mistake of Tailwinding in this game. So I'm wondering whether they're going to lead with, say, something like the Incineroar Gardevoir to guarantee that they get the Trick Room up. They've obviously got Trick Room option on the Jellicent as well, which is something we do need to consider. So what's good against this team as it exists then? I think I'm going to lead Kangaskhan just for the fake out pressure. And the... What's good against the Gardevoir, really? I think we'll go Fini. And then let's bring the Zapdos and Landorus, maybe? I'm trying to weigh up here between Landorus and Kartana. I think Landorus does more, and it also has the Z move for that pressure, so let's go with that. The odd one out on this team is the Milotic, really. I don't know if you guys saw my rating and record just when we were swapping over games, but I've done a few battles sort of off screen since the last upload that I've made, and that was just me testing out some things with the team. The 6th move slot I was swapping between sort of the Milotic. I had Volcarona in there for a bit, but to be honest I'm not too sure what really fits in best. So if you guys have got any suggestions for what you think that 6th mon could be replaced by, then let me know. And we see that our opponent leads with the Jellicent and the Gardevoir, so really trying to make sure they get a Trick Room up here by the looks of it. So I think I'm just going to fake out the Gardevoir, and then I really like the idea of just Calm Minding here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't really... See, the thing is, if the Jellicent goes for the Trick Room, there's not much we can really do about that. And I wouldn't be surprised if our opponent was just clicking Trick Room with both things here to get around the fake out. That wouldn't surprise me at all. So it is Mega Gardevoir, we knew that. Potentially the Kartana might have been quite good for hitting that with a Steel type move, actually. And a Jellicent for a Leaf Blade. Yeah, potentially. We can't mind, so Jellicent is going for a Trick Room here. The thing is Fini wouldn't be able to do too much to the Jellicent anyway. Oh, and it's going for a Scald. Interesting, the Gardevoir must have been going for the Trick Room then on that turn. So the Scald did nothing, as we saw. So I'm quite happy just going for a return into the Gardevoir slot. And we could get greedy and go for another Calm Mind, I think, really. What have they got that Fini doesn't really like? They've got Circuitry. But when we're at +2 special defense, we're not really going to mind that too much, are we? Yeah, let's get greedy. Let's go for the next. Let's go for Calm Mind again. The Gardevoir protects. Okay. Well, this is fine. We return into the protect. We get another Calm Mind up. And the Jellicent goes for Scald again, or Trick Room? Yes, the Jellicent goes for the Trick Room there. Can't say I'm minding this too much, really. I'll probably regret saying that, but we're just going to return, and I think we'll go Moonblast into the Jellicent slot. Fini's looking pretty bulky now. It is holding the Pinch Berry. I don't know if we saw that in the last game, but what that does mean is that we've basically got 150% health. That's the Ghost Z move, I believe, so that's got to be targeting the Fini. However, we are +2 special defense, so to be honest, we're living that. Yeah, it does nothing. That's a complete waste of a Z move there from our opponent. And CSI Shock, that is going to hit us on the physical side, so it does do some decent damage. Unfortunately, it's not quite enough to bring us down to our Berry, which is really upsetting, but we do get a special attack drop on the Jellicent, which is really good for us. and the return is going to pop the Gardevoir there, which is very nice. So obviously we saw there that the Jellicent was the fastest thing out on the field. We do have Sucker Punch on Kangaskhan, so with the health and the attack power, you know, that we've got, we could potentially just KO the Jellicent on this turn. Xurkitry's in. Xurkitry can just KO Fini from this range. There's 3 turns of Trick Room left as well. I think I'm going to Sucker Punch the Jellicent and protect with Fini. Xurkitry's going to want to try and KO it. If it gets a tail glow up or something, then we're in big trouble. Kangaskhan Sucker Punches, and that is going to KO the Jellicent. So Xurkitry really needs to hope it goes for a Thunderbolt into Fini, which it goes for the Kangaskhan instead. That's very interesting because it's not enough to kill. I wonder how our Fini speed compares to their Xurkitry. And we see Incineroar. I'm going to swap out Kangaskhan into Landorus. We'll get the Intimidate off. We will resist a, you know, an electric type move if they do target the Kangaskhan again for whatever reason. And then I think we're just going to click Muddy Water. I'm amazed that the Fini just ate up that Z move like it was nothing. A little pot of raisins. So we pop the Intimidate. Useless against the Xurkitry, but obviously very, very beneficial for the Incineroar. And the Incineroar fakes out the... yeah, does fake out that slot. Gets a crit, which is annoying. Let me see an Energy Ball into the Fini. No electric type move, obviously just wanting to make sure it, you know, kills. And it gets the Beast Boost in Special Attack, I assume, yeah. And the mist disappears. So we're going to go Kangaskhan here. You know, got that fake out pressure. So I think we fake out the... yeah, I think we just Earthquake. And we fake out the Xurkitry. Because I don't think that the Incineroar can KO Landorus on this turn. Xurkitry protects, so it's, you know, going to absorb the fake out and the Earthquake, which is fine. The Incineroar Flare Blitzes, I assume the Landorus, but we resist and we've got the Intimidate on it. So I think we survive, which we do, and we Earthquake. We're probably going to KO our Kangaskhan here, to be honest, but if we can KO the Incineroar, which we do, then we're now on a 2v1 situation. We can stall out the remaining of Trick Room, and then, you know, gang up on the Xurkitry with both of our remaining mons. So Twisted Dimension turns to normal on that turn. We bring in our Zapdos. We can Earthquake again, and we can just Thunderbolt. We're exerting pressure, no one cares, Zapdos. So yeah, so we just click Earthquake, and we click, I guess, Thunderbolt, just to avoid the miss. I guess that's what we've got to do. Earthquake should do, you know, should KO, I think. Yeah, it should just body it. So Zapdos does absolutely nothing in that game, which is just the way he likes it. He likes to sort of come out, show his face, but not really do anything. And we get ourselves a second win of the episode, which is obviously great for us. Like we saw there, we've not really got anything on this team for Trick Room, but the Mons are sort of a high enough standard, I think, that you can sort of play around the Trick Room. We saw there that even though they were faster, we were able to sort of swap around, you know, set up a little bit with Fini and sort of play around the Trick Room to, you know, sort of nullify their advantage. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's battle episode video, guys. If you enjoyed, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to keep up to date with all my future uploads. And yeah, if you've got any feedback on the team, anything you think, you know, could be better about the team, or you know, future suggestions for future teams, then let me know. So yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys, and I'll see you guys in the comment section.